Welcome to Authentic Truth in Addiction with me, Lisa Wenninger. This podcast is a journey through the life of addiction from the perspective of a mother. My hope is to bring awareness to this difficult topic. We are in the fight for our loved ones' lives against addiction, and it is time to come out of the closet and speak out for those we love most. For me, this has been an eye-opening experience in knowledge, faith, and ability to love through the most trying times. I've learned new boundaries and how to love others where they are. I hope this can help others do the same. Let's go. Good morning and welcome to Authentic Truths with Lisa. I am sitting here this morning following Mother's Day, and I had a very big realization yesterday how many mothers struggle and families struggle with not just this holiday, but all holidays when you have addiction in your family. I saw so many mothers looking for support after their day was ruined by whatever action in addiction that took place. Mothers who never heard from their children because they're out in this world doing whatever they're doing. That does not include their families. I myself woke up to a Facebook Messenger message telling me that my daughter was at Union Station in downtown Denver. There was some kind of shootout and she was alone. That message was sent to me at 2:38 a.m. in the morning. I think we all know nothing good comes from being up and out in the middle of downtown at 2:38 a.m. And that was my only question. Why are you out there? Why are you alone? This needs to end. And I kind of was frustrated with the whole thing, to be honest. It turned into a long day of trying to keep it out of my mind to enjoy the day that my kids had planned for me. And then wanting people to know how frustrated I was simultaneously. So you live in this weird place of, I need to let this go for the day and I can't let this go today. And I'm so frustrated with it. But what became important to me late last night was that I'm so not alone. I'm not alone in this. There are parents all over the world doing the exact same thing. And I'm sitting here mortified by that thought and wondering, what are we supposed to do to help this crisis? I feel so helpless anymore. You know, I tried the help them in my home, bring them back home, help them start over, and it failed. I have tried the letting go and letting you live in your addiction while I step out of your addiction. And that has gone worse and worse. Not for me. I'm now living in peace in my home. But watching my child out there doing this is crushing me. And I'm at a loss. I don't know what to do. And then in the next breath, I sit here and I say, there's nothing I can do. It is almost the most challenging position of my life. Finding a rhythm that works is almost impossible. I've tried, and you have a lot of parents that call it tough love. I'm never going to call this tough love. I call it boundaried love, because I'm just living within boundaries that I establish, that I'm okay with, that I accept for my life. And for a long time, I didn't do that. I was like a lot of other parents who are living in the middle of the addiction that they don't have, who are bending over backwards, who are trying to provide in ways that lift up our children. But those efforts are taken advantage of. They're not appreciated. They're laughed at. We're manipulated. We're lied to. And all of it is to try to help somebody who's struggling with an addiction. But here are parents. They're the ones struggling as well. You want to let go and you can't. Your heart doesn't really let you. Even for those parents who are moving forward in life, there's just always a pain there. There's an ache for the child that they love, that they want to see healed, but they're not seeing it. And for some, it's been a year. Others 2 or 3 or 5. I completely let go a year and a half ago. So I'm new into the letting go, but I have been doing this addiction for over a decade. And I hear from people all the time, and they're only a year or 2 into this, and all I can do is pray and hope that they don't go as long as I've been doing this, because I'm exhausted. It is the most tiring thing I've encountered. I am baffled. My mind doesn't stop thinking about it, no matter how hard I try to stop thinking about it. It fights me every step of the way. And I used to think that meant there was something wrong with me. But what I'm learning is that there's not. This is normal parenting. Welcome to it. This is normal. We love our children. And it doesn't matter their age. We keep loving them, and it never stops. Your wrong choices in life don't make us stop loving you. There might be a lack of communication. There might be pain. There might be distance. There might be unforgiveness for some parents. But it never means they don't love their child, period. I don't live in unforgiveness. I am someone who knows that if I do live unforgivingly, then I'm going to sit here and suffer from that. I hold that in my own heart, and so I choose to always forgive. And I still forgive. I forgive waking up on a Mother's Day morning to a message that says, I'm at Union Station at 2:38 a.m. in the morning. Why do I need to forgive that? Because that message puts instant worry and fear into my mind and anxiety in my body. But I have to forgive that. There's no thought about how those kind of messages make me feel. There's no thought about how these actions make me feel. Addiction doesn't care about anyone else. It cares about a high. And too often parents take it all personally, and we carry that into our day, and we carry that stress into our body. It manifests in a different way for each of us. For me, well, I get migraines, I get muscle tension, I get sick, I have 6 kidney stones right now. Things don't work so well in my body when I have an intense amount of stress on the outside. And try as I might to manage that stress with everything they tell you to do, it still gets to me every time. I feel like I'm always got something wrong, and people like to remind me I always have something wrong. They would be right, and this is why. Stress has done this, and I've learned to live with it to the best of my ability anyhow. Some things I can't fix. I cannot fix the fact I have 6 kidney stones and 1 is stuck right now. I can't fix that, right? This is how it goes. But for the parents out there today who are recovering from a traumatic Mother's Day, the moms out there who didn't hear from their child, who are grieving the loss of their child due to substance use, the parents who had a miserable day because of the actions of their loved one under the influence, to the parents who couldn't enjoy the day just because they were walking on eggshells. And maybe the day went well, but they were too busy on those eggshells and they couldn't appreciate it. I know you're out there, and I know your pain, and I know your struggle. And today I wanted to just say I'm with you there. I wish I could hug you. I wish I could just be in your presence. I wish we could sit down and have a cup of coffee. Well, I can't have coffee. They cause kidney stones. But anyways, I hope you hang in there. For those parents who are afraid of setting boundaries, don't be afraid of boundaried love. Just don't. It's not tough love, it's boundaried love. And it is tough. I know you're not trying to be heartless. You're not trying to leave your child behind and move on in life and wipe them from your memory. That's not what it is. It's living within the realm of boundaries that you can accept for your life that makes everything around you a little bit healthier. For those out there battling substance use, I want you to know you're loved. If anyone listens to this at some point, you're loved. We are praying for you. And we are just wanting the best for you. Get help. Go to treatment. Go to sober living. Start over. Start your life in a way that you can be proud of. That's healthy for you. Begin your healing journey. Don't wait. I'd like to end by saying I wish that I could say we're all going to get through this, but the fact is that someday there's a child dying somewhere in this country every single day. So I don't know what we're getting through in this substance use battle in our country, really around the world. The more awareness we have, the worse the problem's getting. I guess we just stop today and pray for the problem. Pray for the ability to cope with life. Pray for the help to be there when they want it. You have a great day. Thank you for tuning in to Authentic Truths in Addiction. If you enjoyed today's episode, I would be so grateful if you could take a moment to rate and review your experience. I'd also love your feedback. What topics would you like to hear? Send guest suggestions and feedback to lisa@authentictruths.com. Join me each week on Tuesday and Friday for a new episode, and thank you again for being here today.